how did you get up there? What's up, Big Bear Nation? Welcome back to the Homestead. So we have a different change of scenery today. We're in our seed room, which is also our brooder room, right? And if you're really quiet, you can hear something. Ooh, there's something behind my back. So this past weekend, I was a victim. I was a victim of chicken math. And it's a really bad situation I have, but how can you say no to chicks? But I didn't get just chicks. And I think that's really the problem. I might have gone a little overboard this time. So this past week, Jason came to me while I was editing a video, and he said, "Do you want to get some more chickens?" What kind of question is that? Somebody who's a crazy chicken lady, you're going to ask her if she wants more chickens? So, I of course said, "Sure, what kind?" He said, "I don't know. The really good priced kind." So, on Friday evening, we drove up to, it's very loud. We drove up to North Georgia, and we met up with some homesteaders who were having to downsize their flock. So we picked up all of the chickens that they had, including some feeders and waterers. They were very generous, gave us a whole lot of stuff, feed, and so we brought these guys home. But on the way, Jason and I started talking, and I said, you know, this is a great deal that we got, but we might have a problem. And he was like, "What do you mean?" I said, "Well, you know, we're supposed to get our broilers this week, right?" He's like, okay. I said, "Yeah, but then after that, we're getting turkeys." Like, okay. But that's not it. After that, we're getting some more chicks for layers from McMurray. He was like, okay. I said, "One more thing. We have another round of broilers coming after that." So now we're realizing we have all of this land and we can certainly run all these birds, but we have only built 2 Scovich tractors. We still have quite a few of the old Salatin tractors, so we're going to be moving younger birds on those and then the larger birds on the bigger Scovich tractors. We do have a friend coming with some pallets here pretty soon, so we should be able to break those down and make more tractors to be able to run these birds. But it's going to be interesting. So what did we get with our deal? We got 12 baby chicks. Some look like they're bantams, some look like they might be some barred rocks. In this tractor for right now, we have 2 roosters that look to be like Easter eggers. And there looks like there's 6 or 7 Rhode Islands, and then there's a mixture of some Americana Easter eggers, and maybe a couple barred rocks. So there's a lot of really good layers here. There's 16 adult layers in here right now, and from the moment that we brought them home, they've been pumping out eggs. So they're a really good, trusty flock. The only thing that I've noticed so far is that these roosters are awfully vocal. So this is one of the juveniles, and there's quite a few of these. And you can see they have their beard. And I think it's really interesting because they kind of have faces that are shaped like a hawk. So there's quite a few of them that I've seen in here that I'm like, I've never seen. And I don't know if these are a barnyard mix or if these are chicks that they, you know, had bought from a Tractor Supply or whatever. But I'm pretty sure she's going to be some kind of an Americana or an Easter egger, because her legs, one of the things that Ginger taught me over at McMurray is she has green, her legs are actually kind of a green color. So she's some type of a Easter egger type of bird. She's absolutely beautiful. I love her coloring. She almost looks like a Wyandotte, but not. She's got the beard, so she's kind of got me a little tricked out. And there's a couple of them that look like that, so I'm really interested to see what they turn into, but I'm really digging the beard. And that's the other thing, is I don't know if they're female, male. We're gonna find out. I know some of them are probably, you know, where they can be sexed by color or feathers. That was one of the things that she was telling me, is that she knew a little bit about feathering. So she's pretty sure most of these guys are hens, but we'll just have to kind of wait until they get to be about, I don't know, 3 or 4 months old. I think they start making a little bit of racket. So hopefully we'll find out that we have more females than we do males. But if not, most of these guys look like they could be a heavier kind of breed. So if we have to cull roosters, we'll do that. So I said earlier that I was a victim of chicken math. So let's do the numbers real quick. 12 babies plus 11 juveniles plus 18 full-size birds equals 41 birds. Now, if that was all that I had, 41 birds would be okay. That would be a good sized flock and a regenerative flock to be able to keep up with my laying, with my eggs, right? But the problem is, in this pen, I have one rooster and probably about 25-ish hens in here. So we have 13, 14 hens in this pen. And they're on their second year of laying for us. So in order to be sustainable, we need to bring in more layers. Well, right now, these girls are only giving me about 11 eggs a day. And that's good if it's just going to be for us. But if we want to sell any eggs, we definitely need more than just 11 eggs a day. So that's why I was excited to get the layers last year from McMurray, because that added another 20 to 30 hens to the rotation for us to be able to have extras. Well, when these girls go out, the ones that I just picked up, this is just their first full season. They've only got 1 year of laying behind them instead of 2. So they will give me that extra leap between them and the McMurray chickens to be able to sustain those numbers for when the next round of layers that I got this year, plus the juveniles and the chicks that we picked up, will then give us the numbers to be able to perpetuate that supply of eggs to be able to sell. So I know it seems like a lot of chickens, but in the long run, if we want to be sustainable, we kind of have to have that many. Or at least that's what I'm telling myself. So we've come full circle back to chicks. You know, I was saying earlier that you have to be sustainable. And one of the things that Jason was thinking is, you know, we have all these meat birds coming, but really that's 8 weeks. So those guys are temporary. They're not going to be housed here forever like how these other birds are. That's another part of my argument, is we can't really count the meat birds because at the end of the day, they'll be gone by the end of the summer. So it'll really just be all these guys. So guys, thanks so much for hanging out with us today. If you really liked this video, definitely go check out our video on how to build a Suscovich tractor. It was a little bit of a headache, but I will tell you that with a few modifications, it really is a good tractor to move birds around in. Even though this wasn't designed for egg layers, we have been using it for our egg layers. And I really think with a few modifications, you could even use that to run your layers. Thank you for stopping by the Big Bear Homestead. God bless and have a nice day.